So.
So it's nice to bring a woman somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that's not exactly what I meant, but thanks. Okay. Getting back to the main topic at hand, I was kind of thinking about the last couple days, now being alive to see all 32 WrestleManias, which I don't think you have.
Well, no, we're not.
Shut up. And
we haven't seen it.
And Nick, you have not.
No.
Probably, I don't know if the people you're sitting with, if they've seen all 32 WrestleManias.
Maybe. Possibly.
I'm not going to lie. The first WrestleMania came out, I was 8 years old, so I'm old enough to remember. So, but growing up being a WWF, WWE fan, WCW fan, I used to, I looked forward to it. And granted, there was only 4 pay-per-views eventually when they got to their big 4. At that time, WrestleMania was the only one until several years later when they added a couple more, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. And then now they have 175 of them. So it was easy to look forward to WrestleMania every weekend. It was also awesome to look forward to a pay-per-view every quarter of the season because you had 2+ months, 2.5, sometimes 3 months of build-up for storylines. Yeah. But it also added credibility to the title because you really weren't going to have title changes at house shows. You weren't going to have title changes on Superstars or Primetime Wrestling or any of those weekend shows. And the only time you really saw Hogan was doing a promo on a weekend and or occasionally getting jumped from behind on Piper's Pit or the Snake Pit or the Brother Love Show, something like that, or the Funeral Parlor, stuff So he was a promo guy, and that's what added credibility to the belt, and that's why when Brock had it and he was kind of out of the picture, I kind of felt it was the same thing. He came out, gave the fans a little thrill with his appearance, and then disappeared till the pay-per-view. Then came out, did his business. So my question is, has WrestleMania lost its stigma? Has it lost its I cannot wait till WrestleMania gets here appeal?
I think it has.
I feel it has, me personally, because I feel that the rest of the pay-per-views waters down the anticipation for WrestleMania.
That's
Nick,
exactly what I was going to say.
Now, you agreeing with me? You're a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel that the WWE can rectify this?
Right now, I don't know if they can. It's the sole fact that they're not going to get rid of pay-per-views. It's all about making money for them. And people are still going to show up to Mania, still show up to Access, the NXT events, and all that. And the build-up for WrestleMania is diminished because, like you just said, because of all the pay-per-views that you have 12 to 13 pay-per-views a year. Yeah. Why do you need that much for the sole fact besides making money? You're bringing down the value of the company in my opinion.
I agree with that. What do you think that?
Well, I don't know because we could say that it's kind of lost, a lot of credibility, the WrestleMania. But you guys got to remember too, they did set a record selling out the event this year. Apparently, they said that they've set a record. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see over 100,000 people there. And that's never been done before. So, you still got people in this world that are going to pay money and feed into this. So, in my opinion, of course. I'd rather see Hogan and Warrior.
Let me ask you this, getting to that. Now, you feel like now people are trying to be part of something, meaning a record-breaking crowd?
Absolutely.
First, then WrestleMania secondary, then the other way around?
I don't know. You got a couple of them. Who's going to pay, $300-$400 for standing room? You know what I'm saying? And they sold tickets for that.
They do it for a Cowboys game, and they stink.
Those are fools in Dallas.
But that's where it is. So you could have your local Dallas fans that are going to WrestleMania just to be a part of some history.
Yeah, you got some, bro, but you got people from all around the world coming to see.
No, we know we got friends that are there, that are not only there for college basketball, but they're there for WrestleMania weekend and WrestleMania access and things along that nature. But at the same time, you know, you do have some of these fans that attend things just for the historical value, and you know, I'm kind of one of those fans. You know, I went to the implosion of Veterans Stadium. I'm not a Phillies fan. We all know I'm a Met fan. I can't stand the Phillies. I don't like anything about the Phillies, except for cheesesteaks. Okay, I don't like anything else about Philadelphia. I think it's a crud of an area, and it should be nuked off the planet.
There's some nice places over there.
I agree.
Except, Gino's cheesesteak.
There's some nice places in Philly.
If you stay within the sports complex, it's safe. Anywhere else, you're a moving target if you're from New Jersey or New York.
It's like that in Newark, too.
That is true. But they don't care what fan you are. You're just a target. So... I forgot where I was going. So I only went to the implosion because I was being part of something, because I've never seen it before. I videoed it. I was being a part of history. You know, down comes Veterans Stadium. They had the stadium that they have there now, which I also attended a Met Philly game in the very first year that was up. So I can say I went to a game in its first year. I was there for the implosion of their own stadium. You know, blah 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 blah. You know, some people do that. Let me tell you something. There was a couple of thousand people standing where I was standing, watching Veterans Stadium come down, and people who had traveled as far as Baltimore to come see this.
Wow.
And it started at 6:30 in the morning. So either those people came the night before, or they left their house at like 1 in the morning to get there.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, people like historical events. They like to etch themselves in the history books and be a part of it. Say, you know, I was there. You know, I've seen that. And this is way before social media was anywhere where it was. I mean, this is back in the AOL only days. You know, instant messenger was your only form of social media. So, you know, there wasn't people streaming this live on Facebook and MySpace and stuff like that. And, you know, there was none of that stuff. So back then, when you did stuff like that, it added a little bit more stigma to it because it was so much harder to find. Now you go on the internet and you type in Veterans Stadium implosion, you can watch about 100,000 different angles and videos because of all the people who have, including myself, who have uploaded it to the internet for people to enjoy. But
well, you got to remember too, when you talk about WrestleMania losing its stigma and its build-up and everything, you know, 32 years of WrestleMania. 32 years ago, they didn't have internet to ruin it like they do now. Like, how many plots do we have in this Hell in a Cell match?
We do. We have literally, we probably have about a good 6 solid.
The Sandman's going to drop down from the ceiling with a case of beer and a kendo stick.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would be number 7. But yeah we have probably a good 6 twists in the match with the Hell in a Cell, and all of them make sense. That's what the scary part is. It's not just somebody pulling something out of their ass. It literally makes sense for it to happen some way, somehow, in entertainment value and storyline value, and for future storyline value. It all makes sense. But
and you know there's going to be some kind of twist in that match too, because
there's going to be a twist in more than half of them, because you can't have every single match that's going on tonight go clean. And my prediction is I don't feel any title will change hands tonight.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think he's crazy.
Tomorrow I feel 2 titles will change hands.
What titles tomorrow night?
The women's title and the tag team title.
Okay, all right. Because the tag team title is no longer on the line tonight, I don't think.
Is that a definite, or was that like a rumored?
I don't know. I heard something about that. I'm not sure if it's still true or not. But
they are facing the League of Nations, but I don't think it's for the titles.
Well,
I think it's 3-on-3 now.
Well, if Freebird rules, they can still defend the tag team titles 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So,
Obviously, as you saw last night.
yeah.
Freebird rules.
you gotta understand, like, this is the end of the year for wrestling, and tomorrow is the start of another year. So WWE has every opportunity right now to rectify their
Wrongs. They need to right their wrongs from this past year.
Horrible decisions they've made in the past year, and they have an opportunity tonight and tomorrow to do this.
Okay, but you can't right your wrongs by doing everything that people want you to do.
No,
because then you're just wronging the ship once again. You got to understand, they went with the whole notion of putting the belt on Daniel Bryan, not only once, but twice. With the Intercontinental belt, and he wound up backfiring in their face because he got hurt. Okay? Guys are dropping like flies. Guys and girls, dropping like flies. Okay? Then what is it for NXT? WWE would be up serious shit's creek with a lack of talent. Okay? It's bad when they're pushing, really bad, when they're pushing Sin Cara, Stardust, and Zack Ryder on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
it could just be a spot.
There's so many other guys in the back. I mean, granted, I want Zack Ryder to get some time.
I think Zack Ryder might have a shot tonight, too, though.
So why?
I just can't. You would absolutely destroy the credibility of the Intercontinental Championship by putting it on Zack Ryder for him to lose tomorrow.
Not if he puts on a great showing. I mean, if he
you know what? Put him in the tag team ranks. You got the kid from NXT that he was tagging up for a while.
Yeah, Mojo Rawley, yeah.
Okay, they were doing that whole thing, and you could give him a shot, improve the tag team ranks in WWE. And so do we have to sit there and watch the New Day, the League of Nations, and the Usos every freaking week?
No, but I mean,
no, please,
or
no.
the Dudleys now, who are most annoying because now they're talking.
They're better. Freaking match tonight too.
But they're better when they're not talking. They're just fighting.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm tired of watching the same recycled tag team ranks. Just get some talent. You know,
and the tag team ranks are still so shallow right now too.
Say that again.
The tag team ranks are still so shallow, it's ridiculous.
Well, because they're grabbing guys from here and there and putting them together. I mean, you have...
Say 1996, guys.
You know, you're going to put R-Truth and you're going to put Goldust together? I mean, come on. You know, it was funny years ago, you know, when they did... Who was it? It was Goldust and Booker T. That was funny.
I mean, that was kind of entertaining.
That was funny. They were just trying to recycle that same storyline, but replacing it with R-Truth.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they are doing, for real.
Stop recycling storylines and trying to make them new and call them their own. And we understand that you can't give the fans everything they want, but at the same time, you can have an equal medium. I don't see the women's championship changing hands, because if rumor is correct and they do debut a new WWE World Women's Championship tomorrow night, then there'll be no point of changing the Divas Championship to be changing hands tonight.
I mean, that definitely makes sense. However, I do possibly see, which is the craziest thing I might ever say in my life, I see Snoop Dogg possibly getting involved tonight and helping Sasha win.
Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg. Hall of Famer.
What'd you say?
Hall of Famer.
I said Snoop Dogg.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame last night.
And getting involved in the Women's Championship match?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I see it happening.
What the hell's he going to do? Blow smoke in their face?
Maybe. Maybe that's what he does, but I see it possibly happening.
It's an absolute embarrassment to the WWE Hall of Fame that Snoop Dogg is in it. But
I feel the same way about Donald Trump. But
Donald Trump, when he was inducted, it made sense. If he wasn't running for president and all this stuff was going on, nobody would care.
Well, what about Jim Carrey? Not Jim Carrey. Drew Carey.
I don't have a problem with Drew Carey. I don't have a problem with Bob Uecker. But the reason why Snoop Dogg was inducted is because Regis Philbin turned them down.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be inducted this year.
I know.
And he turned them down, or he wasn't available for...
Wait, so Snoop Dogg was inducted this year? He was part of the class?
Yeah.
For what? What the hell is he?
Because he had two different stints, two different storylines he was involved in back in the Attitude and the Ruthless Aggression.
It was 2000.
What was it?
It was in the 2000s sometime.
Yeah, that was the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Yeah, ruthless aggression more than attitude in my mind, I think.
I don't even feel the ruthless aggression ever even existed. I know it was an attitude era, and it just kept going until Cena ruined it all.
Yep.
Basically.